Module 1, Diagnosis, Understanding the System's DNA. Hello and welcome. This course asks us to be brave. It asks us to look critically at the system we work in every day, a system designed to do good, but one that carries the baggage of a deeply unequal history. In this first module, we will diagnose the system's DNA. We'll trace the roots of aid and get very clear on the powerful terms that define today's debate: localization and decolonization. 1.1 A brief history of power. The architecture of international aid was not built on a foundation of equality. As the Peace Direct report, Decolonizing Aid, reminds us, it was largely designed in the post-colonial era by former colonial powers. The flow of money, ideas, and power has historically moved from north to south, from the developed to the developing. This has created a system where decisions are often made for people, not by them. It has created a dynamic where local expertise is often undervalued, and where Global South organizations are treated as implementing partners rather than leaders in their own right. This isn't an accident, it's a feature of the original design. 1.2 Decoding the buzzwords, localization versus decolonization. We hear the words localization and decolonization a lot. But they are not the same thing. Localization, as Epic Africa clarifies, is largely about transferring resources and implementation to local actors. Initiatives such as the Charter for Change and the Grand Bargain have advocated for this, calling for at least 25% of humanitarian funding to be allocated directly to local NGOs. This is a crucial, practical step. However, as the Christian Aid Report, a critique of localization as a form of decolonization, an evaluative comparison of Grand Bargain, Charter for Change and Pledge for Change, March 2025, critiques, localization can sometimes happen without challenging the underlying power structure. You can have a local organization implement a project designed in Geneva, using metrics defined in London, and report in a format dictated by Washington. Decolonization is deeper. It is about shifting power. It's about dismantling the colonial mindsets and structures that perpetuate inequality. It means local actors have the power to set their own agendas, define what success looks like, and control their own resources. Decolonization is about changing the system, not just changing the implementing partner. Decoloniality, however, is the deeper, ongoing struggle. It is about freeing our minds and our systems from the colonial matrix of power, the enduring legacies of colonialism on our knowledge, our sense of being, and our institutions. So, localization can be a step towards decoloniality, but it doesn't guarantee it. You can have a local organization delivering aid, but still operating within a colonial power structure and mindset. Our goal is the deeper work of decoloniality. 1.3 Reflection. Now it's time to reflect. Think about your own work. The partnerships you've had, the funding proposals you've written, the reports you've filed. How have you experienced these power dynamics? Have you ever felt like a subcontractor instead of a true partner? Have you had to change your project to fit a donor's priorities? Let's discuss these daily realities of the system.